Today is May 13, 2020. On this day, in 1917, 103 years ago, Our Lady appeared to three children in Fatima. They are cousins, Lucia, Jacinta, and Francisco Marto. In this video, I am going to discuss all the messages that Our Lady said to the three children. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Mommy E. The three children were Lucia Dos Santos, Francisco, and Jacinta Marto. They were cousins, and they usually tend their sheep. As usual, they were tending their sheep at the Cova de Iria, when suddenly a flash of light arrested them. Then, halfway down the slope, there was another flash like lightning. Then, standing on top of the branches of a young oak tree, was a lady, all dressed in white. She was more brilliant than the sun and radiated a light clearer and more intense than a crystal glass filled with sparkling water when the rays of the burning sun shine through it. The lady said, "Do not be afraid. I will do you no harm." The lady answered, "I am from heaven. What do you want of me?" "I have come to ask you to come here for 6 months in succession, on the 13th day at the same hour. Later on, I will tell you who I am and what I want. Afterwards, I will return here yet a 7th time. Shall I go to heaven too?" "Yes, you will." "And Jacinta?" "She will go also." "And Francisco?" "He will go there too, but he must say many rosaries." "Is Maria das Neves in heaven?" "Yes, she is." "And Amelia?" "She will be in purgatory until the end of the world." "Are you willing to offer yourselves to God and bear all the sufferings He wills to send you as an act of preparation for the sins by which He is offended, and of supplication for the conversion of sinners?" "Yes, we are willing." "Then you are going to have much to suffer, but the grace of God will be your comfort. Pray the rosary every day in order to obtain peace for the world and the end of the war." The 13th of June, 1917, Wednesday. It was Lucia who first started the conversation. "What do you want of me?" The lady answered, "I wish you to come here on the 13th of next month to pray the rosary every day and to learn to read. Later, I will tell you what I want." "I would like to ask you to take us to heaven." "Yes, I will take Jacinta and Francisco soon. But you are to stay here some time longer. Jesus wishes to make use of you, to make me known and loved. He wants to establish in the world devotion to my Immaculate Heart. I promise salvation to those who embrace it, and those souls will be loved by God like flowers placed by me to adorn His throne." "Am I to stay here alone?" "No, my daughter. Are you suffering a great deal? Don't lose heart. I will never forsake you. My Immaculate Heart will be your refuge and the way that will lead you to God." July 13, 1917, Friday. Again, Our Lady appeared standing on a little tree. Lucia was the first to ask, "What do you want of me?" "I want you to come here on the 13th of next month to continue to pray the rosary every day in honor of Our Lady of the Rosary, in order to obtain peace for the world and the end of the war, because only she can help you. I would like to ask you to tell us who you are and to work a miracle so that everybody will believe that you are appearing to us." Continue to come here every month. In October, I will tell you who I am and what I want, and I will perform a miracle for all to see and believe. Sacrifice yourself for sinners, and say many times, especially when you make some sacrifice, "Oh Jesus, it is for love of you, for the conversion of sinners, and in reparation for sins committed against the Immaculate Heart of Mary. You have seen hell, where the souls of poor sinners go. To save them, God wishes to establish in the world devotion to my Immaculate Heart. If what I say to you is done, many souls will be saved and there will be peace. The war is going to end, but if people do not cease offending God, a worse one will break out during the pontificate of Pius XI. When you see a night illuminated by an unknown light, know that this is the great sign given you by God, that He is about to punish the world for its crimes by means of war, famine, and persecutions of the Church and of the Holy Father. To prevent this, I shall come to ask for the consecration of Russia to my Immaculate Heart and the communion of reparation on the first Saturdays. If my requests are heeded, Russia will be converted and there will be peace. If not, she will spread her errors throughout the world, causing wars and persecutions of the Church. The good will be martyred. The Holy Father will have much to suffer. Various nations will be annihilated. In the end, my Immaculate Heart will triumph. The Holy Father will consecrate Russia to me, and she will be converted, and a period of peace will be granted to the world. In Portugal, the dogma of the faith will always be preserved. When you pray the rosary, say after each mystery, "O my Jesus, forgive us, save us from the fires of hell. Lead all souls to heaven, especially those who are most in need." Is there anything more that you want of me? No, I do not want any more of you today. August 19, 1917. What do you want of me? I want you to continue going to the Covadieria on the 13th and to continue praying the rosary every day. In the last month, I will perform a miracle so that all may believe. September 13, 1917, Thursday. Continue to pray the rosary in order to obtain the end of the war. In October, our Lord will come, as well as Our Lady of Dolores and Our Lady of Carmel. Saint Joseph will appear with the child Jesus to bless the world. God is pleased with your sacrifices. He does not want you to sleep with the rope on, but only to wear it during the daytime. I was told to ask you many things: the cure of some sick people, of a deaf mute. Yes, I will cure some, but not others. In October, I will perform a miracle so that all may believe. They gave me this if you would like them. This is not needed in heaven. October 13, 1917, Saturday. What do you want of me? I want to tell you that the chapel is to be built here in my honor. I am the Lady of the Rosary. Continue always to pray the Rosary every day. The war is going to end, and the soldiers will soon return to their homes. I have so many things to ask you. The cure of some sick persons, the conversion of sinners, and other things. Some, yes, but not others. They must amend their lives and ask forgiveness for their sins. Do not offend the Lord our God anymore, because He is already so much offended. Look at the sun! There were 70,000 eyewitnesses at the Cova de Iria that October midday, and there were many others in towns and villages around who witnessed what has become known as the miracle of the sun. According to the account of an eyewitness, Senor Alfredo de Silva Santos, when Lucia called out, "Look at the sun," the whole multitude echoed, "Look at the sun!" It was a day of incessant drizzle, but a few moments before the miracle it left off raining. I can hardly find words to describe what followed. The sun began to move and at a certain moment appeared to be detached from the sky and about to hurtle on us like a wheel of flame. My wife, we had been married only a short time, fainted. I fell on my knees, oblivious of everything, and when I got up, I didn't know what I said. I think I began to cry out like the others. June 13, 1929. The moment has come in which God asked the Holy Father, in union with all the bishops of the world, to make the consecration of Russia to my Immaculate Heart, promising to save it by this means. There are so many souls whom the justice of God condemns for sins committed against me, that I have come to ask for reparation. Sacrifice yourself for this intention and pray. Lucia made her final vow as a Dorothian nun on the 3rd of October 1934. She passed on at the age of 97 on Sunday, 13th of February 2005. In her last hours, she was surrounded by her sisters in religion. Pope John Paul II said of her, "Sister Lucia lives as an example of great fidelity to the Lord and of joyful adherence to His divine will." Thank you for watching. To God be the glory.